Hey gamers, it's Kristin and I have a skincare video for you guys today. I've had a lot of questions on my Instagram lives about what I'm using for my skincare currently and that sort of thing. So I think I'll probably split this up into two videos just to make it a little bit more easy to digest. So I'm gonna start with my evening skincare. Seems backwards in my brain, but I don't know. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with my evening skincare and then I'm gonna film another one actually right after this. That will be my morning skincare and get that up for you in just a little bit. So let's go ahead and just kind of dive into what I'm doing for my skin. All right, I want to insert this clip here quickly. I forgot to say this when I filmed this video. So I want to insert a quick clip here just to let you guys know as far as skin type. Obviously it's important if I'm going to talk about my skin care for you to understand my skin type. So I am 45 years old and I have normal to dry, more on the dry side skin. I call it normal because I feel like I've taken good care of it and taken steps to keep it moisturized. But if I were to use nothing, it would be dry, dry, dry. Dry as the Sahara Desert. So I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up as I'm 45 years old and I have normal to dry, but more on the dry side skin. So the very first thing that I do is take off my eye makeup, and I use Bioderma for that. That's nothing new. I've been doing this forever. I use a cotton round, I use some Bioderma, and I actually think I need to order some. This might be the last of the Bioderma that I have. And I lay a cotton pad over my eyes, let it sit for a little bit, a couple seconds, and then start wiping it away. And that just has been the best for me. It doesn't make my eyes cloudy. It doesn't do, it doesn't hurt. I don't have an issue taking off waterproof things with that either. I feel like that does do that as well. I just have to hold it on there a little bit longer and then, gently rub it off. So I do that first. Then secondly, I use a makeup wipe, and my favorites, I've talked about these over and over again, particularly in my empties, is the Kirkland makeup removing wipes. I just like it. I like the size of them. I like how much moisture there is to them. They're absolutely my favorite, and I've used a ton over the years, and these are absolutely 100% my favorite. And they're like $12 for 150 of them or something. Good deal. Okay, so once all of that has been removed, then I do my actual cleanse. And you guys know that my favorite is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Makeup. And in case you haven't seen this before, it's a cleansing balm. Didn't used to think that I liked balms. I did a review of 5 different of them. I tried it over like a 6-month period of time, and then I kind of put it all into a video. I'll list that below in case you haven't seen that. But this is, again, the 3-in-1 Melting Cleansing Balm. So it looks like that, if you can kind of see. And I just will take a little bit of that, rub it between my fingers, and then all over my face. And I try to do that for a longer period of time than you would think, just to make sure I'm really getting it all off. There's some skincare benefits in this. What is that? It says Skin Softening Serum Concentrate. So I realize that I'm eventually wiping it off with a washcloth, but I don't know. I just feel like if I spend a little longer time, some of it's getting into my skin. And I really do feel like my skin looks different and better when I'm using this versus some other cleanser. So this is the cleanser that I use. This, I think, is a little spatula that came maybe with my Green Clean, the Pharmacy Green Clean. And I have kept this and I just clean it off every night, and that's what I use to get it out. I just have this sitting right on my vanity, just like that. All right. So then I will take a washcloth, get it with some, I don't like to go really hot water. I know that that's not really good for your skin, particularly if you have dry skin, which I do. I just remembered, I'm going to film a clip at the end of this. At the beginning, I really wanted to say that I'm 45 years old and I have, normal to dry, more on the dry side skin. I must stick that in at the beginning. Anyway, so just the way it goes with me. So I'll wash that off, and like I said, I don't use a really hot washcloth. I don't like really cold either, so I kind of just try to get a little bit of lukewarm and then kind of wipe that all down. Then I pat it dry, and then the toner that I use is the Murad Resurgence Hydrating Toner. I really like this one. I think this is my 2nd or 3rd purchase of this, and I see no reason really to try another one because it doesn't make my skin sting. It doesn't dry out my skin. It doesn't, I'm just trying to think of some of the things I haven't liked in the past. Basically stinging or making my skin feel really tight, ones that have more alcohol and that sort of thing in them. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure this one doesn't, but I didn't want to say it, so I'm looking. It says alcohol-free replenishing mist with cucumber and grapeseed extract, restores moisture and balance and softens skin. Gentle formula helps lock in moisture and smooth skin to leave it fresh, supple, and ready for treatment. So I really like this. So I will do that. And then depending on the night, I do one of two things. Either I was using this every night, and I don't know, I can't find this exact product anymore. So I need to do a little more research to see if I can find out what they've replaced it with. But this exact name I can't find. And this is the Skin Laundry Restoring Night Serum. So if I can find it, I'll list it below. If I can't find this exact thing and I'm not really sure, I'll put some kind of asterisk or something. But I really like this. I've talked about this before. It's a glycolic acid, and it's funny because I didn't even realize I was using glycolic acid till somebody told me. And I really like how it works. If I use it every day, it can tend to not irritate my skin, but like if I have a blemish on my skin, it'll irritate my blemish. Does that make sense? I absolutely could use it every single night if I don't have any, some of my skin weirdness things. I have like a little red spot here that has been there for a few months, and it's just sometimes my skin does weird things like that. And so if I use this too often, then it irritates that red spot. But this is almost gone, and I'm really sad because I'm just not sure that I can find this exact thing. So I have to do a little research. But so either I do that, or I use the Lancome Advanced Genifique. This is a youth activating concentrate. I don't know that it's taken any years off my life, but off my face, I should say. But I've talked about this product before. It was in my yearly favorites. I think not last year, but the year before. I really like how that makes my skin feel overnight, the next morning, that sort of thing. So that is what I use on the nights where I'm not using this one. And then the very last thing I will do at this point in my nighttime routine is I will put 4 drops of the Clé de Peau Radiant Multi Repair Oil. This is ridiculously expensive. It's like $160, but I use 4 drops of it. I've had this for 2 years maybe, and it's still just fine, and you can see how much I've used of it. So, and I mean, it's gonna last me a really long time. So if you break that down over years, you know what I'm saying? So if it takes me 4 years to use it and it doesn't go bad in those 4 years, then it's $40 a year. Yeah, does that make sense? In my head, it makes sense. And I love this. It just does something. So I'll put the 4 drops on my, my fingers, and then I sort of pat it all over my skin. And then I walk away, because I'm usually doing this around, 5 o'clock. Sometimes I take my makeup pretty quickly when I get home from work or when my work day has ended, before I start dinner and all that, usually. Not always, but usually. So then I will just let that'll be that. And then just before I go to bed, and then I add my eye cream and my moisturizer. So the eye cream that I love and have used, I say like this because it's boring to you guys probably because I've used it for so long, but it's the Algenist Complete Eye Renewal Balm. It just works really well for my dry under eyes. It works well under makeup. It moisturizes overnight. I absolutely love it. It's by far my favorite that I've ever used from any line. It just works really well with me and my dry skin and dry under eyes. And then lastly, this is what I'm using currently, and I do like this. This means business as far as it's very moisturizing. I could not wear this under makeup. It's too much. I can still feel it, and not in a bad way. I don't know how to explain it, but I can still feel it on my skin in the morning. Feel that it's worked all night, you know what I mean? And that my skin is moisturized and like supple. And what's interesting is that it doesn't really say anything about that. What it claims was, okay, how about I tell you what it is? It's the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Redness Skin Relief Treatment Moisturizer. And I pulled this out to use because of the weird little red thing I've had. And I just really have liked it a lot. As you can see, it has a little green tint to it. I don't know, you know how green will counteract red. I don't know that has anything to do with anything aside from, I feel like they probably tinted it green so that so it would make you kind of, you know what I mean? But it's really moisturizing. If you have oily skin, I don't think you would appreciate that. But if you have dry skin, if you have rosacea, where it kind of just gets a little irritated and that sort of, I just really feel like you might enjoy this a lot. So that is what I'm using for moisturizer. So that is it for my evening, and then I'm going to throw in one. I have a feeling this will be a much longer video than my morning because my morning's a little more low-key than this, but I want to throw in one sort of treatment thing that I do, or whatever. It's a mask. It's by Mary Kay, and it's the Clear Proof Deep Cleansing Charcoal Mask. So I've used a lot of these kind of charcoaly, you know what I mean, that are gray masks in the past, and they generally will dry me out. I've had a couple that haven't, but this is the most price reasonable one that I think that I've used, that I just really like it. I really felt like it did extract the crap from my skin without drying out my skin. Now when I use this, I try to steer clear of this area. I'm looking in the viewfinder so that I can make sure I try to steer clear of this area, because I don't really have issues there. So this I pulled it out when I started doing more walking in the heat and whatnot. And you know, this, I sweat right around here. And so I was starting to get some breakouts. So I'm trying to, once a week, I will put this on and I kind of go up my nose and kind of like around here. Again, I'm looking at my viewfinder so that I don't, kind of around here, down here, and my chin. And it works amazingly well. I've been really, really happy with it. I know that I've heard people compare it to the Glam Glow, but it's much less expensive. So Melissa Parada actually sent this to me. She doesn't even know I'm talking about it, for the record. And she's Mary Kay consultant, so I will list her information below for you guys on this. I am going to do a Mary Kay video here coming up. I bought a bunch of products to the tune of about $200 so that I could try a lot of them and do a video, but that'll be just a little bit down the line. But I will be including this in there because it's really good. I really like it. So that is it for my evening skincare. Look for my morning skincare to come up here in the next couple of days or weeks, something like that. We'll see when I actually get it up. And that will be probably much shorter because my morning routine is a little more compacted than this one. But anyway, this doesn't take me a long time, and I feel like it has been really working for my skin. I'm very happy with how my skin is currently. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and in everything that you do and say, be beautiful. Bye.